What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and lo and behold, right after I upload that video about how we haven't got a trailer, once again, Netmarble released a trailer for a couple of the girls. It's actually pretty damn awesome. They also released the patch notes. We're actually getting the update a day sooner than we originally thought. So the first thing we're going to do, guys, we're going to talk about the patch notes, and then we'll talk about the trailers at the very end. So we're getting, obviously the collaboration fighters. We're getting pre-release fighters, which is actually pretty interesting. Some people are going to like that. Some people are not going to like that. It's really going to depend on where you're at in the game. We have new contents and imprint stones. They've actually done something a little bit different with the imprint stones in this update compared to what they've done before, which I actually really like. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We got new packages, exchange shops, improvements and errors, and so on and so on and so on. And then all contenders are going to get, volume fighters summon tickets volume 1 by 7 and battle card summon ticket volume 1 by 4. That's actually pretty damn cool. And then we get into the actual update notice. Now, we've already watched this trailer right here, but then we get a little information about some of the girls, right? So both Cassandras are defensive characters. You got a yellow defensive here, you got a purple defensive here, and then Taki is actually a blue attack, which is actually pretty cool. And then Liv, the aristocrat version, is a balanced type, and this is going to be the free EX character that we're all going to be able to get, which is actually pretty damn cool. I gotta say, guys, they look amazing. And to be perfectly frank, guys, it really doesn't matter their defense, attack, balance. It doesn't matter as far as the damage that they can put out. We've had characters that were defensive, attack, whatever. It doesn't matter. It really just depends on the kit that the characters have, how fast they can run through their animations, their EX core, and all kinds of little things that come into play as far as how much damage they do. The only time it really matters having attack, balance, and defense is like for reviving Hell's Dungeon. If you're a newer player, then you might be starting after a yellow defense or maybe a purple defense or blue attack and so on. But for us veteran players, we're not really going to care about that because we really don't need, at least not yet at this point in the game. But the girls look amazing. Notice, guys, that this is just volume 1. So the other version of Ivy and Mina are going to be in volume 2, and that's going to come on the 28th. All right, so 1 week after the start of the update, which is actually tomorrow. So for those of you that are waiting on Mina and you're wanting the other version of Ivy, just wait 1 more week after tomorrow and they will show up. And then we get into some of these cards, guys, and the cards look, look, guys, they got the Soul Calibur ladies on them. They look phenomenal. Ivy, Jesus. Like, I got to say, the first one's probably my favorite just because her mouth's a little bit open. I don't know, just sexy. I don't know. She just looks awesome, right? And then you have the option cards, right, with Cassandra and Taki on them. They look amazing, right? And then you have some more option cards here with Cassandra with both of her looks. And then you have Mina and Ivy. Beautiful, beautiful cards, right? And then we have some more card sets here, which actually get in the Rush Dungeon. Now, I'm actually a little surprised because they didn't go with a retro look. But maybe considering it was Soul Calibur, maybe that's why they didn't want to go retro. I'm not really sure. But they did throw in some funky stuff. Taki holding a teddy bear. That's actually pretty funny, right? Holding a little dolphin, I think, right here. Or a shark, actually. A shark, I think that's what that is. Right? It's pretty funny. And then all these gifts, right? And then you got Mina there blowing a bubble with some bubble gum. And these cards here, guys. Look at these option cards. The artwork on these things is beautiful, right? I know my eyes might go over here, but over here, it's because my monitor's over here, and then over here is my actual recording software, but these cards look amazing. I hope these effects on these things are OP, but I really love the black and white background, kind of like that shaded background of the characters, and then having the colored version up front in like some kind of fighting stance. They look awesome, and these two cards look sick. Like, they look amazing. I hope the effects are pretty OP as well for them. We got the same old typical 3PG effects, guys. Increased attack by 2%, negative skill damage, and critical damage, so on, so on, so on, right? And then you guys can see for Cassandra's 3PG, her effect actually increases defenses by 30% for 10 seconds. This is actually really cool, and I believe this is the first time that Netmarble actually showed the effects of a 3PG in the patch notes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time they've ever done it. But it's awesome, guys, because both versions of Cassandra are defense. And if she has a defensive buff in her kit, and depending on the card sets, this really could be a super OP thing for her, right? And then you have Taki's 3PG, which actually resets finisher cooldown. So she might have a similar setup to maybe someone like Haramaru, right? With the getting a lot of damage on her special move. So her default. So, that's pretty cool. Now, here's where maybe a little controversy is going to show up as far as, how the player's going to feel about this update. Because, you got volume 1 here where you're going to have, Cassandra and you're going to have, Taki, right? Both EX characters. but they're going to have the returning of SS Mai, SS Athena, SS Kyo, SS Yori, Kula, Yuri, right? And Terry, Blue Mary, and King, right? And K. Now, for some players, this is actually really amazing, guys. I can tell you right now that, Terry is very, very strong for reviving Hell's Dungeon. He's a godly character. And Mary here is insane for Nightmare Geese as far as breaking the meter, especially if you don't have EX Athena. She is insane, especially if you have Kula as the striker for her. I mean, you can just get a nice set rotation, really OP. And then obviously, if any of these other characters are your favorite, I mean, SS Iori actually has Weaken. He can actually increase target damage by 30%. So it's not all bad, right? I mean, it's really going to depend on where you're at in the game, guys. I can tell you, me personally, when I see this as a veteran player, I don't personally like it because I don't really use these characters anymore. I just use other characters, just use a bunch of EX characters to the SS and BS, which could lead me into a whole nother video, but we're just going to keep it to what we're talking about right now. But I do think that for quite a few players, this is going to be pretty nice. The thing about it is, though, I mean, whenever you're going to get that nice, character coming in on your summons, you might get one of these SS characters and you're going to be like, damn it, I really want my EX. I just want to have my EX characters have a higher chance of getting, and having all these other characters in there really kind of diminishes that. So that's kind of a bad thing about it, right? And then you have the battle cards, right? I'm not going to get into the battle cards, guys. I'm not going to get into all those, right? But then we have the new battle card exchange shop, right? Dark Shadow set card, exchange shop, exchange cards, exchange set cards, right? Battle card acquisition schedule. I'm not going to get into all that, guys. Information on the 10 types of SS exclusive battle cards obtainable during the event period can be found in the game, right? And this is pretty cool right here. And as I mentioned earlier about the imprint stones, they're actually showing us the effects of the imprint stones for the characters. This is something I don't think they've ever done before, and I like it. I like the transparency. I like giving us a heads up about what we're actually getting. So you guys can see that, the stone actually gives an increased attack on a critical hit. The first one. The second stone actually increases target's damage received when laying an active skill, and the third stone actually increases critical damage. And then when you go into the Moon and Star Shape stone, actually gives, critical rate. So we already got the critical damage here that you're going to get if you take the character to A3, and then you're going to get critical rate, to go to 4. So hopefully, all the free-to-play players can at least get that first stone. That is generally what happens in these updates. And the last stone here, the Moonstone, it actually increases active skill damage, which is pretty OP, but nothing really new, nothing really different compared to what we've seen before. Then we have Haramaru Boss Showdown. This is, I'll be honest with you guys, like, it's really cool and it's really exciting to have Boss Showdown, but I personally have found with these Boss Showdowns that it's just so much RNG, and it's really just bringing in an OP character and mashing this crap out of it and hoping you get the win. And I really would prefer these boss showdowns to be more skill-based, where, you weren't running around waiting 15 seconds for your character to, to do the right skills or to go in their 3PG animation right away. I mean, it's kind of a hassle, honestly, but we do get some good rewards out of these things, to be frank, right? So it's kind of like got its ups and downs. We'll see how this one's actually going to be, but if it's anything like the past ones we've gotten, I mean, it's going to be probably super, super hard, right? I mean, they got 2 of them here, Boss Showdown Haramaru and then Boss Showdown EX Haramaru. So it's going to be interesting, right? So Boss Showdown Haramaru started battle with the challenge penalties with different levels of your choice. Same old that we've come to expect from these boss showdowns. You can obtain rewards depending on applied challenge level. And then Boss Showdown EX Haramaru. This content is for contenders in the top tier who can challenge the boss with select extreme penalties, which means lots of fun, guys. Challenge the boss bearing hellish difficulties and get honorary reward badge as a token of how strong you are. Okay, cool. And then we have a team relay dungeon, which is pretty cool. We're only going to be able to use the Soul Calibur characters in this. I mean, they're going to have an advantage in this thing. They're going to get increased damage received. We'll see how difficult this is going to be. Hopefully, it's not too bad. Hopefully, most players will be able to get this. And then, of course, you're going to have the prime memories because all these characters got EX available. And then we have the new exchange shop, which is actually pretty cool, right? But we also have a new chapter fight, which is actually really good. Going to get some rubies out of that deal. And then the new exchange shop, where, rewards below can be exchanged upon using special welcome ticket obtainable via packages in special welcome shop. So you guys can see there's tickets here actually for Soul Calibur, which is actually pretty nice. That's actually really cool that you can actually get those tickets. Soul Calibur Fighter Memory Selector Box. Interesting. Special welcome ticket exchange shop is exclusive to new return users. That's always good for us veterans. We really We're like, okay, you're hooking up the new players, but what about us veterans, right? Please check the expiration date for the Volume 2 items by touching the clock icon in the game. And then you guys can see all these little events that we're going to have. And then we have all this. I'm not going to go into all this stuff, guys. I'm not going to go into all this here, right? I want to keep this video as short as possible because I just got off work and I'm honestly just super busy. So I'm not going to get into all this, guys. And you see the special welcome ticket exchange shop, right? Soul Calibur 4 Fighter Selection Volume 1 by 1, blah. And then we have some system improvement and error fixes, which I'm not really going to get into. Hopefully they just help all those Android users out there to where they can actually log in and play. I mean, there's still players that are having lots of problems. They can't connect. They try to log in a game mode and boom, they get kicked out. No matter what game mode they go in, they get kicked out. So I'm really, and they are using newer telephones and still having problems. So hopefully Netmarble has worked that out. That would actually be pretty awesome if they did. Now let's check out a trailer, guys, from one of the ladies here, right?
Here comes a new challenger.
So we got Cassandra here.
I'm gonna go all out.
Okay. Nice range on that attack there. Lots of hits. That's always good to see. Oh. And then we check out her 3PG, which is pretty awesome. Chew on this. Nice. Nice. I'm so glad they used this version of her 3PG animation. Pretty damn sick, guys. Really awesome. And then we have a trailer for Taki, which is actually pretty cool. So we're still waiting on a trailer for Mina. Man. Nice range there, damn. Ooh. Nice. And then her 3PG actually is a fairly long animation. She doesn't do a lot of hits, but hopefully, I think she's probably going to hit super hard. The animation looks beautiful. I'll fight you. Pretty damn sick. So, I mean, we don't have a trailer for Mina yet, which, I mean, that's kind of a bummer, but maybe they're just waiting. Maybe they're going to post it up tomorrow. I don't really know, guys, but the trailers for the girls looked really awesome, man. Cassandra and Taki look absolutely amazing. We actually got to see a little bit of Ivy as well in the first original trailer that they released, but still nothing for Mina. We're just kind of waiting on that. But all in all, guys, the update looks pretty awesome. I think maybe the only thing that people might be a little upset about is the fact that, you know, we're going to have all those extra characters in the banner with the Soul Calibur characters, which it can be pretty annoying for veteran players, but for a lot of players out there, it's actually really good because they can still get characters that are trying to level up. I mean, if any of those SS characters are your favorite, then you have a good chance of being able to level them up even further, which is actually pretty cool, especially if you're still trying to push a Reviving Host Dungeon, or if you just want to get your favorite character maxed out, whichever the case may be, it's still a really good thing for you. So guys, I know I rushed through this video pretty quickly, man. I know I skimmed over quite a few things, probably missed a few things, but let me know what you think about this update. I'm really excited for the Soul Calibur ladies to come into the game and check out their skills, see what all they have available, man, see how strong they're actually going to be, and how much utility they're actually going to have in the game. So guys, let me know how y'all doing in the game, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GT+7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody.